Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ferio Triana. In this video, I'm going to interpret a video. The title is Money Can Buy Happiness from TED. And I'm going to interpret the video. So, let's get started.
So I want to talk today about money and happiness, which are two things that a lot of us spend a lot of our time thinking about, either trying to earn them or trying to increase them. And a lot of us resonate with this phrase, so we see it in religions and self-help books, that money can't buy happiness. And I want to suggest today that, in fact, that's wrong, and that I'm at a business school, so that's what we do, so that's wrong. And in fact, if you think that, you're actually just not spending it right, so that instead of spending it the way you usually spend it, maybe if you spent it differently, that might work a little bit.
Hari ini saya akan membahas tentang uang dan kebahagiaan, yang mana banyak sekali orang memikirkan tentang bagaimana cara mendapatkannya dan juga menambahnya. Pasti kita pernah mendengar tentang frasa money can buy happiness. Money can buy happiness. Uang tidak bisa membeli kebahagiaan. Tapi di sini saya tegaskan lagi bahwa itu adalah keliru, bahwa itu adalah tidak benar. Fakta sebenarnya adalah kalian tidak mampu menggunakan uang itu dengan benar. Tapi jika kalian mampu menggunakannya dengan benar, itu akan sedikit berpengaruh tentang kebahagiaan.
Better. And before I tell you the ways that you can spend it that will make you happier, let's think about the ways we usually spend it that don't, in fact, make us happier. We had a little natural experiment. So CNN a little while ago wrote this interesting article on what happens to people when they win the lottery. Turns out people think when they win the lottery their lives are going to be amazing. This article is about how their lives get ruined. So what happens when people win the lottery is, number one, they spend all the money and go into debt. And number two, all of their friends and everyone they've ever met find them and bug them for money. And it ruins their social relationships, in fact. So they have more debt and worse friendships than they had before they won the lottery. What was interesting about the article was people started commenting on the article, readers of the thing. And instead of talking about how it had made them realize that money doesn't lead to happiness, everyone instantly started saying, you know what I would do if I won the lottery? and fantasizing about what they do. And here's just two of the ones that we saw that are just really interesting to think about. One person wrote in, when I win, I'm going to buy my own little mountain and have a little house on top. And another person wrote, I would fill a big bathtub with money and get in the tub while smoking a big fat cigar and sipping a glass of champagne. This is even worse now. Then I'd have a picture taken and dozens of glossies made. Anyone begging for money or trying to extort from me would receive a copy of the picture and nothing else. And so many of the comments were exactly of this type, where people got money, and in fact, it made them antisocial. So I told you that it ruins people's lives and that their friends bug them. It also, money often makes us feel very selfish and we do things only for ourselves. And we said, well, maybe the reason that money doesn't make us happy is that we're always spending it on the wrong things.
Beberapa waktu yang lalu, CNN itu membuat artikel tentang winning the lottery, does it guarantee happiness? Apakah memenangkan lotre itu bisa menjamin kebahagiaan? Artikel ini membahas tentang orang yang hidupnya kacau. Apa yang terjadi jika orang-orang ini memenangkan lotre? Yang pertama itu, mereka akan menghabiskan uangnya sampai mereka berhutang, sampai uangnya habis dan mereka berhutang. Lalu yang kedua, semua teman-teman mereka, baik yang pernah bertemu mereka atau yang tidak pernah bertemu dengan mereka, itu meminta uang mereka. Faktanya, itu bisa merusak hubungan sosial mereka. Lebih parah daripada sebelum mereka menang lotre. Tapi di artikel ini justru banyak yang berkomentar, contohnya, jika aku menang, aku akan beli gunung dan akan membangun sebuah rumah di atasnya. Faktanya, orang yang punya uang justru mereka cenderung antisosial.
And in particular, that we're always spending it on ourselves. And we thought, I wonder what would happen if we made people spend more of their money on other people. So instead of being antisocial with your money, what if you were a little bit more pro-social with your money? And we thought, let's make people do it and see what happens. So let's have some people do what they usually do and spend money on themselves, and let's make some people give money away and measure their happiness and see if in fact they get happier.
Dan kami berpikir untuk bagaimana caranya mendorong orang lain untuk menggunakan uang mereka demi orang lain. Nah, supaya mereka tidak menjadi antisosial. Fakta menunjukkan bahwa orang yang menggunakan uang mereka demi orang lain lebih bahagia daripada orang yang menghabiskan uang untuk dirinya sendiri.
So the first way that we did this on one Vancouver morning, we went out on the campus at University of British Columbia, and we approached people and said, "Do you want to be in an experiment?" If they said yes, we asked them how happy they were, and then we gave them an envelope. And one of the envelopes had things in it that said, "By 5 p.m. today, spend this money on yourself." So we gave some examples of what you could spend it on. Other people in the morning got a slip of paper that said, "By 5 p.m. today, spend this money on somebody else." Also inside the envelope was money, and we manipulated how much money we gave them. So some people got this slip of paper and $5. Some people got this slip of paper and $20. We let them go about their day. They did whatever they wanted to do. We found out that they did in fact spend it in the way that we asked.
Pada suatu pagi di Universitas British Columbia, kami menanyai orang di sana, apakah kalian ingin ikut eksperimen? Lalu mereka menjawab iya, dan kami memberikan uang sebesar $5 untuk mereka belanjakan untuk diri mereka sendiri. $5 untuk diri mereka sendiri, sedangkan kami memberikan uang kepada orang lain sebanyak $20 untuk mereka belanjakan demi orang lain.
We called them up at night and asked them, "What'd you spend it on, and how happy do you feel now?" What did they spend it on? Well, these are college undergrads, so a lot of what they spent it on for themselves was things like earrings and makeup. One woman said she bought a stuffed animal for her niece. People gave money to homeless people. Huge effect here of Starbucks. So if you give undergraduates $5, it looks like coffee to them, and they run over to Starbucks and spend it as fast as they can. But some people bought a coffee for themselves the way they usually would, but other people said that they bought a coffee for somebody else. So the very same purchase, just targeted toward yourself or targeted toward somebody else.
Pada malam harinya kami memanggil mereka kembali untuk menanyakan uangnya dibelanjakan untuk apa. Lalu yang pertama menjelaskan bahwa mereka membelanjakan untuk diri mereka sendiri, yaitu makeup dan anting-anting dan juga coffee Starbucks. Lalu yang kedua mereka membelanjakan uangnya untuk membelikan keponakannya mainan, lalu untuk menyumbang kepada gelandangan, lalu juga untuk membeli coffee Starbucks. Yang sama di sini adalah mereka sama-sama beli coffee Starbucks, tapi yang pertama itu membeli coffee Starbucks untuk dirinya sendiri, sementara yang satunya itu membelikan coffee Starbucks untuk orang lain.
What did we find when we called them back at the end of the day? People who spent money on other people got happier. People who spent money on themselves, nothing happened. It didn't make them less happy, it just didn't do much for them. And the other thing we saw is that the amount of money doesn't matter that much. So people thought that $20 would be way better than $5. In fact, it doesn't matter how much money you spent. What really matters is that you spent it on somebody else rather than on yourself. We see this again and again when we give people money to spend on other people instead of on themselves. Of course, these are undergraduates in Canada, not the world's most representative population. They're also fairly wealthy and affluent and all these other sorts of things. We wanted to see if this holds true everywhere in the world or just among wealthy countries. So we went, in fact, to Uganda and ran a very similar experiment. So imagine instead of just people Canada, we say, name the last time you spent money on yourself or other people, describe it, how happy did it make you? Or in Uganda, name the last time you spent money.
Kami menemukan bahwa orang yang membelanjakan uangnya untuk orang lain itu jauh lebih bahagia, terlihat lebih bahagia daripada orang yang membelanjakan uangnya untuk diri mereka sendiri. Sebenarnya orang yang belanja untuk dirinya sendiri itu bukan berarti tidak bahagia, tapi seperti kurang memiliki arti kebahagiaan itu sendiri. Kami telah melakukan eksperimen ini berulang-ulang dan hasilnya kurang lebih sama. Dan juga nominal uang itu tidak terlalu berarti.